Most people think they control their lives, but the truth is, we spend every day reacting to everyone else's demands. That constant pressure, it's why we burn out, why we feel stuck, why peace feels impossible. What if the secret isn't to fight harder, but to let go? That's the radical shift in Mel Robbins' book, a perspective that can change how you live, work, and love. Welcome to Beyond the Books. Today, we dive into the Let Them theory, Mel Robbins. Imagine for a moment, someone criticizes you. They cut you down, question your choices, or make a snap judgment about your life. Most people react instantly. Defensiveness rises. The urge to explain, to justify, to fight back takes over. But the principle at the heart of the Let Them theory is almost disarmingly simple. Let them say what they're going to say. Let them think what they're going to think. Let them act however they choose. On the surface, this sounds like passivity, like giving up, or letting people walk all over you. But if we look deeper, this is not about surrender. It's about reclaiming your inner freedom. Because every time you react to the world's noise, you hand over your power. Think about the last time someone's opinion of you upset you. Maybe a coworker dismissed your idea in a meeting, or a family member gave you that subtle, judgmental look, or a stranger online left a nasty comment. Your nervous system immediately went into defense mode. Heart rate rising, mind spinning with, "How dare they?" or "I need to explain myself." But here's the hidden cost. When you chase their approval, you become trapped in their story. And that trap is invisible. The Let Them framework breaks that chain. At its core, it is a systems reset. Because life operates as a web of actions and reactions. Someone acts. You react. They react to your reaction. A cycle of reactivity spins endlessly, draining your time, energy, and peace. But when you let them, you interrupt the loop. You refuse to pick up the rope in the tug-of-war. And suddenly, the system collapses. Here's a real-life example. Imagine you've been working hard on a personal project. You finally share it with a friend. And they shrug. They say, I don't really get it. Normally, this would sting. You'd explain why it's important. You'd overanalyze their response. Maybe you'd even doubt yourself. But what happens if you simply let them? Let them be unimpressed. Let them fail to understand. Let them sit in their own perception, without dragging you into it. Suddenly, their reaction loses its grip over you. Why does this work? Because resistance feeds entanglement. When you push against someone's opinion, you reinforce its importance in your own mind. But when you allow it to exist without attachment, your mental energy remains yours. And here's the layer most people miss. By letting others be who they are, you create room for yourself to be who you are. But let's go even further. Most people believe that controlling others, or at least managing their perceptions, is necessary for peace of mind. They think, if I can explain myself, they'll understand me. If I can make them like me, I'll feel safe. But the truth is the opposite. The more you try to control the external world, the less control you actually feel. Because your peace becomes conditional, dependent on forces you can't control. Letting them is not just about ignoring negativity. It's about restructuring the entire system of your emotional life. Imagine your inner world as a series of levers and switches. Every judgment, every criticism, every slight is someone reaching in and pulling a lever. If your sense of self depends on those levers staying untouched, you are permanently vulnerable. But the moment you say, let them, you disconnect the wiring. They can pull all they want, but nothing inside you moves. That's freedom. And here's what most people never realize. Letting someone have their opinion doesn't mean you agree with them. It doesn't mean they're right. It doesn't mean you won't set boundaries if needed. It means you refuse to give their story more power than your truth. Let's look at a deeper layer, the cause and effect system of human interactions. Every human relationship is an energy exchange. If someone criticizes you, they are projecting their inner state, insecurity, fear, control. Sometimes even their desire to connect, twisted into a rough expression. Your reaction determines whether that energy cycle continues. If you react defensively, you amplify their projection. The cycle feeds itself. If you let them, you break the chain. The energy dissipates. Consider social media. A single negative comment can spiral into hours of emotional turbulence. Why? Because our minds are wired to seek resolution. We think, I need to change their mind, or it means, I've failed. But the let them approach is a pattern interrupt. Let them misunderstand. Let them misjudge. Let them scroll away. Your attention, your energy, stays with you. Let's bring this into a larger system of life design. If your peace depends on controlling the uncontrollable, you are always at the mercy of others. But if you let them, your focus shifts inward. You reclaim the energy previously spent on managing perceptions and invest it in creating, living, and choosing deliberately. Here's where it gets interesting. Letting others be who they are also reveals who truly belongs in your life. When you stop trying to manage people, some will drift away, some will get louder, and some will naturally align with your authenticity. This is the hidden sorting power of Let Them. It's not just a philosophy. It's an automatic filter for relationships, because the people who thrive in this space are the ones who can meet you without control or expectation. Another example. Imagine a family gathering. Your uncle makes a passive-aggressive comment about your career choice. Old pattern. You defend yourself. You explain your path. You leave the room stressed and resentful. New pattern. You let him. Let him make the comment. Let him own his discomfort. Let him sit with the silence of your non-reaction. What happens? The cycle breaks. Your energy remains yours. And he is left with his own reflection. But here's what most people get wrong. They think letting someone act freely is weakness. But in reality, it is the ultimate strength. It says, I trust myself enough that I do not need to control you to stay whole. Now, let's integrate this into a bigger system of self-mastery. Every emotional pattern in life is part of a loop. 1. Stimulus. Someone acts, speaks, or judges. 2. Interpretation. You assign meaning to their behavior. 3. Reaction. You respond to that meaning. 4. Outcome. The loop reinforces or dissolves. The let them theory intervenes between step 2 and 3. It says, yes, I see the stimulus. I acknowledge the meaning my mind wants to assign, but I choose non-engagement. Over time, these loops dissolve entirely. Your nervous system becomes calmer, your sense of self less conditional. This is the part most people miss. Let them is not just a reaction strategy. It is a life design principle. Because when you stop leaking energy into external battles, you create space for alignment, space for creativity, Space for real connection. Space for the life you actually want to live. And here's the final insight. Letting them is not about them at all. It is about you, your freedom, your boundaries, your quiet confidence in your own path. When you stop fighting every external shadow, you become a still point in a chaotic world. And from that stillness, life opens up. Sometimes, the hardest piece comes from letting go. You can't control every choice, every opinion, every outcome. But you can choose your own energy. So next time someone acts in a way that frustrates you, let them. And watch how much lighter your life feels. If this hit home, like the video, subscribe to Beyond the Books and comment, "I'm letting them." Because wisdom isn't knowing. It's living it. This is Beyond the Books.